What is going on, guys? My name is King Reggie. Welcome to the channel. Today I will be starting a brand new offense. It's called Empty Trey Stack. It is out of the Pittsburgh Steelers playbook. And today I'll be going over the intro, the adjustments, the personnel I like to use. And then this offense is all about getting to the line of scrimmage, seeing what the defense is doing, audible, checking. We have different setups for every single coverage. So I will be going over later in the video how to get to the line of scrimmage and read a bunch of different defenses that we will go against so we can get into the right play at the line of scrimmage. Let's get into it. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new, I do things a little different. I do really in-depth full play breakdown, guys. I do full scheme breakdown, so this is going to be my most in-depth scheme I have ever done. It is Empty Trey Stack. We are in the Pittsburgh Steelers playbook. Now, I really wanted to make an offense, guys, that was, almost like a pro-style offense that every single coverage you go against, we are going to have a check at the line of scrimmage that you can beat it with. We're going to have setups against every cover 2, cover 3, every defense. We are going to be able to check at the line of scrimmage, beat that defense. Almost every play we call, we will have a different setup against cover 2, different setup against cover 3, different setup against man. So I want to give you guys all that, give you guys all the tools. It is going to be a very in-depth breakdown, guys. This is by far my most in-depth I've ever done. So we're going to be mostly working at an Empty Trey Stack, but then we will also be able to audible down to stack Y flex. So we will be using those two formations, but Empty Trey Stack is our main one. All right, guys, so going over the personnel, the first thing we want to do is we want to go on the right stick and we want to go over to the left on packages. And we actually want to go into wide receiver 3 stack. What that's going to do is put our running back on the field. So now we're going to have 3 receivers, 1 running back, and a tight end. And it's going to put our running back in a really nice position. He's in the middle of the tray side, in the trip side. Then it'll be a tight end. And then we'll have our stack with 2 receivers. And our outside receiver will be our 3rd receiver. And the nice thing with this is it is going to keep the player on top of the stack always the same. It's going to keep the tight end and running back always in the same position. And then it'll just be alternating the 2nd and 3rd receiver when you flip the side. So no matter what side you're on, the top of the stack is going to be the same, and that is going to be really important, guys. I'm going to go over that in abilities, but that is where we're going to be using route tech on one of our receivers. We want the player with route tech on the top of that stack because it is going to be a way that we destroy man coverage later on in the offense. So just make sure that whoever you have route tech on is in where 85 is right now. So have route tech on one of your players. Make sure he is in that top of the stack position. Then have a running back and tight end, and that is going to let us audible down to that stack Y flex if we ever want to run the ball and when we do those plays. So quickly, let's go over personnel. At quarterback, you know what? This is a passing offense. I'm using Steve McNair, so I have Hot Route Master on him, and I have Set Feet Lead, so I would encourage you guys to use those abilities as well, but this is going to be a passing offense, guys, passing it all over the field. So, pocket passer, I would use Gunslinger or Set Feet Lead, and I like Hot Route Master, so I would go with that. Then running back, it is showing up with a tight end, but we actually play a running back at this position on that wide receiver 3 stack. So I use Reggie Bush because he's the best receiving back in the game, and I think most people playing Ultimate Team can afford him because he really isn't that expensive. So I would use Reggie Bush here, guys. Here, I use Chad Johnson. Basically, we want any player that can get that route tech ability on them. So I use Chad Johnson. Stephon Diggs works well. That Lance Allworth that just came out works. Reggie Wayne, someone like that, guys. And then at the other 2 receivers, basically just get, fast, good one-play touchdowns, break some tackles. I'm using Tyreek Hill, Calvin Johnson. There's lots of receivers out there, kind of whoever you want at these 2 positions. This is really important. And then the running back at this inside receiver is really important because we want a receiving back. So I would go Reggie Bush. And then, for our tight end, we want, we're passing the ball a lot. Run blocking does not really matter at all. So I'm using Darren Waller. Kind of use whoever you guys want, but a pass catcher for sure. Then it'll let us audible down to stack Y flex, and it'll have all the same personnel, so the personnel group will be the same. I never come out in stack Y flex. I will just audible down, so the personnel will be the same. Quickly, I want to go over what I set my audibles. So in the first audible and square, I'm going to use curl switch. This is going to be our #1 go-to man beater, guys. It is absolutely critical we have that in our options to check to. Then at our triangle, I use stick and nod. Then we're going to keep fade out, and then instead of jailbreaker screen, we are going to go levels. So that is what we want to set our audibles at, guys. Then in a later video, guys, when I start going over stack Y flex, I will show you the audibles there. Let's just not try to make this video too long. All right, guys, so just coming down to the field really quick, I just want to kind of show you guys what this formation looks like. We're going to have a stack to one side and then a 3 receiver, a tray look to the other side. This is going to give us so many options, guys. This stack destroys man coverage. It gives you a really cool look and a lot of really interesting routes you can put together with the stack, and then the tray on the other side works really well. So basically the whole idea of this offense, guys, is to be able to come to the line of scrimmage, see what they are in, and then audible to what we need to use, come out in the right play. If they're running a lot of cover 3, we can come out in one of our other plays that we're going over later on and just run that. And then in every play we come out, like fade out, I am going to have a different setup against cover 2, a different setup against cover 3 or cover 4, and then a different setup against man. I'm going to give you guys all that. So now we come out, we see they're in cover 3 here, and we're going to, okay, we'll check to fade out, and then I will go over, guys, this is going to be our check against cover 3. And then we say, oh, okay, no, they're actually in Tampa 2. Now we can check to fade out if we want, if that's a really... It is my favorite cover 2 beater. And then I will give you guys a check, all the audibles, all the adjustments to run it against cover 2. And I'm just going to quickly go over my lineup, guys, and then my abilities I use. And then I am going to show you guys how to read the defense out of this formation so you can come to the line of scrimmage and say, okay, it's cover 2, it's cover 3, it's cover 2 man, it's cover 1, or it's cover 3, or a 0 blitz. So let's go take a look at my lineup and then stick around, guys. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to pre-snap read the defense. All right, guys, so this is what the team is looking like. We have Steve McNair. Like I said, we have Reggie Bush. He's pretty cheap, so most ultimate teams should be able to afford him. He's the best receiving back in the game right now, and then it's going to let us audible down to stack Y flex, which we'll be going over later, which will give us a run option and some really good passing plays also. Then we have Chad Johnson, guys. He's a route runner archetype. I think slot receiver archetype gets it as well, but basically we want one of our receivers to be a route runner, so then we can get the route tech ability. I'll show you that in a second. Then we have Calvin Johnson, Tyreek Hill, you know what I mean? Like, get some big play receivers, some guys who can stretch the field, make some plays with the ball in our hands. Those 2 receivers really doesn't matter. Kind of just whoever you like to use. And then Darren Waller, get a really good receiving tight end. Then look at our abilities really quick, guys. We have 4 of our ability points are used on Steve McNair because we are using set feet lead, hot route master. Then we have route tech, like I said, very, very important, guys. Then on our guard, we have threat detector. That's just going to let us know on 3rd and 4th down if they're bringing blitzes. That's really going to help us read the play at the line of scrimmage too. If we see they're blitzing, that's going to let us know, okay, they're running a zone blitz, a man blitz, whatever. Then we have just edge protector. Yeah, edge protector on Walter Jones and Ryan Ramczyk. That's just going to give us more time in the pocket. So those are the abilities I'm using, guys. You don't have to use them, but I would say these 6 for sure. Set feet lead, hot route master, and then route tech, use those 100%. Okay, guys, now, guys, I want to show you guys how to get to the line of scrimmage and read all the defenses that you're going to go against so we can get into the right play. All right, guys, so first I want to go over if they have 2 safeties deep. So that is always going to be our first read when we get to the line of scrimmage. We are going to look at the safeties. So in this play, they have 2 safeties deep. So that right away is going to make me think they're either in cover 2, cover 4, or cover 2 man. So that is going to be our first read, guys. We are going to look at the safeties. They have 2 safeties. We are thinking cover 2, cover 4, or cover 2 man. So when we see cover 2, guys, we're going to see our first read, okay, 2 high safeties. That is going to be okay. go to the line of scrimmage. We see 2 high safeties. Now we're saying, okay, one of those 3. Now, when they're running cover 2, guys, now they can always adjust this, but this is going to be the basic way to read it is, you know, they can base the line. They can do a few different things, but if they're running a stock cover 2, their corners are going to be at 5 yards. Look at the corner here, and then look at the corner here. Now, especially, we want to be looking, guys, when we're reading these defenses, the corner on the 3 receiver side, this corner here is going to be our main guy to read. So at this, when they're playing cover 2, they're going to have 2 safeties deep, and then this corner here will be at 5 yards, okay? Then the third read, this won't be every cover 2, but a lot of cover 2s, there will be no defender lined up over the top of the tight end. Okay, so our what is going to give it away? We're going to have 2 safeties deep, corner at 5 yards here, and then the big one, corner at 5 yards here, and then no player lined up head up on this guy. So that is how we are going to read cover 2, guys. Okay, now when we're reading cover 4, same thing, 2 safeties deep. So that's how we're going to, right away we're thinking, okay, cover 4, cover 2, or cover 2 man. But now look at the big one. The corner on the trip side is at 9 yards. Look at the corner here. He's sitting at 9 yards. So we have 2 safeties deep. So cover 2 or cover 4, cover 2 man. But now look at the corner. 9 yards. So that is going to be the big giveaway, guys. This corner's at about 6 yards. It's a little tougher to read. But this receiver, or this corner here, was sitting here in cover 2. Now he's 3 to 4 yards back. So that is going to be a very, very big tell for us, guys. And then the third tell is now they have a player out overhead of the tight end. So I get to the line of scrimmage. I see 2 safeties deep. And then I look at the corner over the Trey side. And he's at 9 yards. And they have a player out over the tight end. Right away, I'm thinking, okay, that is cover 4. Now let's look at cover 2 man. Okay, guys, now cover 2 man, once again, 2 safeties deep. That is going to be the same as cover 4 and cover 2. But now, corner on trip side at 1 to 2 yards. Look at this. He's rolled up at 1 to 2 yards here. When they call cover 2 man, this corner, so this corner's at 5 yards. Same as cover 2, so that really won't be a giveaway. But this player here will be at 1 to 2 yards up at the line of scrimmage on the Trey side. Then also, there will be a receiver out on top. So that'll be different than cover 2, the same as cover 4. But look at the corner. So this is going to be our main tell, guys. We always want to look at the safeties first and then this corner. And this corner here will tell us what they're doing. In cover 4, he'll be at 9 yards. In cover 2, he'll be at 5 yards. In cover 2 man, he'll be at 1 to 2 yards. All right, guys. So now let's look at the difference between cover 3 and cover 1 man, as opposed to the other one. So right away, the first giveaway that we're going to see right away, and it's going to make us think either cover 1 man or cover 3, is single high safety, right? So single high safety, he might be over the Trey side, he might be over the stack side, middle of the field, it doesn't matter. If they have 1 safety in the middle of the field now, guys, they can disguise this, but this is going to be our first read. Look at the safety, 1 in the middle of the field. Right away, we are thinking cover 3 or cover 1. Now, cover 3 and cover 1 are the hardest to distinguish against. They are very, very similar how the defense will line up. But the one way I actually found is in nickel sets, the strong safety will be on the slot in the stack set. So this is Stephon Gilmore here. And I gave the Patriots Jamal Adams just in practice mode to let me go against better players. But this is Jamal Adams here. So when they're in cover 3 in a nickel set, the safety they bring in the box will line up on the stack set and the corner will line up on the Trey set. And then when they run cover 1 man, let's go look at that real quick. So here they are in cover 1 man, same thing, single high safety, but now these players actually switch. So Jamal Adams is going to come out over the tight end or running back right here, and then their corner, their nickel corner, will come out on the receiver side, because in man principles, they want their safeties and linebackers on running backs and tight ends, and then their nickel, their corner, on the wide receivers. So that is going to be a really good tell for us, guys, is just realize who their safeties are and who their corners are. And if you see that, it's going to be a very similar look, but single high safety, now we just want to look at, okay, is that a corner? Is that their third corner lined up on the receiver, or is that their safety? Now, when they're in dime packages and they have 4 corners out there, it is not going to be very easy for us to read, guys. It's going to be a little tough to tell if it's cover 3 or cover 1 man, but that's just where we got to look at tendencies now. If they're calling a lot of cover 1 man, then obviously we're going to most of the time assume it's man. If they're calling a lot of cover 3, we're going to assume it's cover 3. Okay, the last thing I want to go over is what a zero blitz is going to look like, guys. So guys, a lot of people will be running zero blitzes nowadays, and this is actually going to be the easiest thing for us to tell. What is going to happen is both safeties are going to leave the box, and they're going to line up head up on players way outside the box, right? So that is going to, I mean, once again, if they base align, they can disguise it. But if we see this right away, no safeties in the middle of the field, and they're lined up head up on these outside players, we are thinking man, zero blitz right away. So guys, that is how we get to the line of scrimmage, read a defense, you know, break it down like that. So this is going to be really important, guys. Come back, look at these screens, get in practice mode, you know, check it out for yourselves. And this is really just going to enable us, guys, to come to the line of scrimmage and audible to a bunch of different stuff. And that is what this offense is all going to be about. I am so freaking pumped to bring this offense to you guys. It is going to be super, super in depth. It is going to bring our skill to the next level, guys. I feel like I'm getting way better just playing in this offense because I'm passing all the time. I have to read things post-snap, pre-snap. So I'm super excited, guys. The next video should be coming out in the next few days. It could get a little weird with Christmas coming up. I am leaving out of town for a few days, so I'm not 100% sure if it's, you know, right now I'm doing about 2 to 3 videos a week. I'm hoping to keep it at that pace. It might be 1 to 2 just over Christmas, and then we'll pick right back up. So if this looks like something that is going to interest you guys, please sub to the channel. Please leave a like on this video. My name is King Reggie, and I'm out.